Alright guys, Sean here with the King's Courtyard Lawn Care Service. I'm back in my garage, as you can see. This rack right here fell down on me the other day. I was trying to get my spreader out and it pulled on the rack that was over here with that rack. And my spreader got caught on one of those bags and it pulled the whole shelf down. So I'm in the process now of actually I've already filled in the holes, and I'm actually going to put a shelf here to put my stuff back on. And I'm actually just going to go with the whole wooden thing, make sure they're in the studs. And I think I'm going to do a 2-tier for now, and eventually I might do a 3-tier. So here's the shelves that I'm going to do. I'm thinking about staining them. I really don't feel like doing it, and I hate painting. Big Son, you know what I'm talking about. I just hate painting anything that looks like paint or whatever. That just you know that just makes the project longer for me. So but what the plan is, I'm going to do 2-tier of shelves here, and I have to go back to Lowe's and get some more of these because I can actually go into the stud one more time here, and of course one more time here at the edge. And but I have to get some more of those, and I'll do that later, but just for more support. And then I'm gonna put another one up top, maybe halfway, I don't know yet. I'm thinking about doing 3 tiers, but at least 2 for right now. And what I'm planning on doing is getting rid of this whole corner over here, moving that ladder, coming over here, cleaning off this whole shelf, putting my tools or whatever up there, and then maybe on the top, and then on the next rack down, probably put like the chemicals and stuff that I have, and a lot of the chemicals that was on that shelf. I need to use some of that stuff too. And then what I'll do is take this shelf, move it over here so I can have storage over there, and then my wife can store some things over there as well. I'm going to take this, slide it over, and then I want to put a tool chest like right here somewhere. So that's my idea, that's my goal, or vice versa, I guess. But I really want my tool chest right here so it's easy access when I have to work on stuff. And then after this gets moved, I'm looking at buying a board, the same kind of wood, the same kind of shelving. I want to buy that and go across the whole top over there, so we still have shelving on top. So that's my next project for the garage, just to get kind of organized, and hopefully you'll see some of the transition, if not all of it. That way, like a lot of the stuff that's on the floor can get, you know, organized a little bit better, and we can, you know, be a little bit more organized. 2023 was a great year for me, or 2022 was a great year for me, financially wise and business wise, and you know, customer wise. I had some really good customers last year. I had some not so great customers, some not so great payers. Only a few, like 2 or 3, not too many. But yeah, now that we're gonna be rolling, today I sent out my text message to all my customers to let them know that we're gonna be to make sure that they want to get back on the list. And then I'll send a follow-up after I get majority of my list or all of my lists back to say yay or nay. I'll do a follow-up and say, hey, how about I'll let them know when we're going to start, which is March, which is about a week and a half from now, I guess. And then one thing that I do, well, I'm gonna start doing, I wanted to do it last year, but I never got a chance to do it, was to send out a review link to my customers so they can go and review my business. That way it'll help the algorithm on Google and all that. So yeah, not much to do today. I mean, it's always something to do, but not much to video, I guess. And but we'll get back with you guys, and you'll see some of the results of this project that I'm working on here. Got my X mark here. I'm super excited about this kill switch, y'all. Y'all don't even know. And oh, did I leave it on? Okay, it was off. Good. battery sounds strong, even after a couple of weeks, I guess. So the kill switch is taking care of what I needed to do, which I'm super happy about. So I'll be able to take out my 52 this year, which I'm the Exmark, which I'm happy about again, especially on a lot of my bigger properties that I can just kind of flow on. What else we got? That's about all I got today, but hopefully we'll have some work videos coming in soon and you'll get a chance to see it. And yeah, so anyway, just a little quick update on that, and if I have time to show you guys the finish on the, because I'm planning on staining those pieces of wood, but again, I just don't like it. But if I get a chance to stain them and whatnot, then I will definitely show you guys. And yeah, we'll get back to it. So anyway, stay tuned. We'll have more for you. All right, guys, here we have it. We just put in 2 shelves. My garage, it looks pretty good. They're both evenly spaced, I do believe. And yeah, look pretty good right there. I was hoping to get everything painted before I actually put the shelves in, but now that I look at it, I think I like it better this way. And if I have to paint, well, I'll just, you know, try to be careful and not hit it. And the same thing goes along with that. Hopefully, whenever I do get to paint the garage, you know, it should be okay. But now I have my 2 shelves there. And again, I probably still, because I'm not too, I don't want it too flimsy on this side, so I'll put another one on that end. This piece of wood was not even, so there's a little bit of a gap. I really want to put my hands, it is still a little bit wet from the stain, but I had to go ahead and get it up. So I just let it dry as it is. I wish I had smaller black screws that can go underneath this thing, but I figured you couldn't see them there, and they were short enough to where it wouldn't go all the way through the wood. So the black screws that came with it were this long, and that would have definitely been way too tall to go through that wood. But yeah, I like it. I think it came out pretty good, and there's plenty of storage, so I'll be able to put a lot of stuff in here. I don't know why it looks like that on camera, but anyway, it looks kind of weird. I'm gonna raise it up. Here we go. Looks a little bit better that way, right? I guess it's perspective. But anyway, that's what I've been doing so far today. I got a few more things to take care of as of basically 2 weeks before we get into running full-fledged again. March is upon us, and you know, we got to get the work done. So some of my customers are well, I sent out my text today for my customers, and I've gotten over 50% so far that hit me back. Still waiting for the other 50%. So I think it was like 56 or so people that's already contacted me, and some of those properties have multiple houses or properties that I maintain. So like my next door neighbor, I've cut his yard, and then he has one in Clemens and that I take care of. So I have several people that have that kind of thing going on. So I have a realtor that I work for here in Winston. He's kind of a big time realtor here in Winston, and he gives me properties all over Winston, and I cut his property. And I have a couple of landlords that have multiple properties that I have to maintain. Excuse me. Excuse me. That I maintain, and that kind of scenario. So yep, super excited. I'm still not all the way ready. Got to change the blades off the mowers, clean up underneath the decks, that kind of thing. One of my least favorite jobs, but I got to get that done this week. or next week. Next week at the latest, but this week definitely got to get it done. And I got to adjust the chute blockers a little bit to make them work a little bit better this year. So yeah, but yeah, I think this came out pretty good, and hopefully I'll be able to reap the benefits of this change in the garage pretty soon. So guys, stay tuned, and hopefully we'll look to see you guys in the next video. Quality lawn care, fit for a king. All right, real quickly, here's the shelves that I built. I went ahead and got the ends to the shelves over there. So now there's 4 studs in there. No, 5 studs. And stained them. They look pretty good. So let's get these shelves filled up with stuff. Okay, so this is what I got so far. Basically, the stuff that I use on a regular is on the bottom row. Stuff I don't use quite as often is going to be on your top. And like my tile saw, barely use that anymore. I only use it for a kitchen project. I got 2 saws right here. I think it's the miter saw or the meter saw, and then the regular, I think it's a skill saw, I don't know. And then I got my sander right there, and then some grilling tools. And then everything else down here is kind of just conglomerately put together, either in this basket or just how I feel like I'll use it. So I have my bug spray, weed spray, right up in here. This is some preen that I use. Well, I actually never used it, but it was given to me. I need to start using it. Got my little water spray for my little mixed chemicals for my yard. This is a degreaser cleaner. Got a few bottles of that. I use the Awesome brand from like Dollar Tree. That's what I use to clean my equipment. These are some other stuff that was given to me. Oil and what is this? Antifreeze and windshield wiper fluid. And then this is some stuff that I'm planning on using. Mainly this one for my yard this year, Weed Control by Bio Advance. I heard some good stuff about that. And I also got some crabgrass and Bermuda, I think it is, killer. So I want to try some of that on my yard this year, because I want to get rid of all the Bermuda that's in my yard. But yeah, I think it looks good. It's holding up pretty well so far. Of course, you know, gas can on the corner. I don't know if I said anything about that, but yeah, I cleaned off this shelf pretty good so far. That shelf is coming over here. This is all of that. I'm gonna go through all of this, get rid of all of that, and yeah, clean out this corner, get it ready for this shelf over here, and yeah, should be ready to move this in a couple of days or so. And most of this stuff is gonna stay over here. It's gonna stay on the shelf. Once I get this out the way, then I can move my shelf over. And eventually I want to buy that big tool chest that sits right here with the little wooden shelf on top. And my things like the blade sharpener can get on that, and some other things. And then I got a, what is this? It's a rack with bins in it I got from my mom a long time ago. I want to put it up on this wall, and that way I can put like these little loose screws and stuff like that in those bins that have a place to go. So that's where I'm at right now. Just trying to kind of clean up the rest of this stuff and getting ready for the moves. Also getting ready for this season. You know, the season is coming pretty fast, and one of the biggest things about doing this thing for the season is organization. So usually I start out well organizing everything, but at the end of the season, it usually winds up like just being in chaos. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to clean out everything, see what everything is, and see what I actually got, kind of get get in the groove of organizing everything before the season hits, because in the next week or so, I'm gonna be back out here hitting them yards full time again. So yeah, this is what we got. So, but anyway, this is my shelf situation, as you can see it in the back right there, my shelf situation and storage situation. So phase 1 of this project is done. Phase 2 is to move this shelf, this other shelf to the other side. And then phase 3 will be removing this white cheap shelf right here and replacing it with another wooden piece like that. I want to do the same exact thing that I did on this side over here. I want to do the same thing over here, except for I want to do one big long shelf that's going to go all the way across, and it should give me some good storage. That way, you know, we'll just have a lot of storage in the garage, built-in storage or whatever. And then it'll free up some of my space over here to where I can work a little bit better. Because if you look, show you real quick, like you can see the profile. And this is the thing about having garage space that you have to share with like kids and cars and all of that. You got to think about how to store this thing. This cart is on wheels, but you can see how much like distance that shelf sticks out. So having this low profile on this side is kind of going to be key for me, keeping like all this stuff, all my garage space cleaned out. Because as you guys know, I keep my mowers in here. Usually my 52 is there, then my 36. Then I keep this mower here, and I want to keep that one over here. So I'll have plenty of space to store all of this stuff. Well, if I do that right now, all of that stuff is going to be like all the way up here. So there's really minimum space at that point. So that's where I'm kind of at right now. Just trying to get the maximum space out of my garage and, you know, do what I need to do to keep my stuff out of the trailer at night. That way I can just pull it in every day, put all my equipment in. Like I got right now, my mowers and my blowers is in the trailer, which I almost hardly ever do, but since I'm working on this project right now, they're in the trailer. So, and by the time this video is shown, they'll be back in the garage. So yeah. All right, guys, this is the new setup so far, and like I said, I'm still working on it, still trying to perfect it and get it even better, but I think it's looking pretty good right now. And hopefully it'll serve me well in the years to come. And this year I probably will be emptying out some of this space. So like the spring, the weed, weed and stuff. I think it's weed stop, and then whatever this is, bug stop, and some more bug killer. This will probably all go, as well as I'm gonna try to get rid of as much of this stuff as I can too. Because I don't like to keep a lot of that just on my shelves. But you never know when you need it. So a lot of these little smaller things like this is gonna go away once I'm able to put my rack up, and or whatever you call it, the rack with the totes or whatever. So I'm just been waiting to put that thing up, and I know I want to put it on that wall, probably over my tool chest. This toilet paper and tissue is just extra stuff that we've bought just to make sure that we have enough, especially when those hard times come. So we have more in the house, but this is just kind of like a temporary spot. And yeah, this is where we are. Wheelbarrow, I don't really use the wheelbarrow, never used it actually. It's just been sitting in the garage, so that's another thing that may be going this year. I do have a small landscaping project that I might need it for, maybe this week sometime. But other than that, I'm not really using it. I've never used this wheelbarrow actually. So that would be another thing that I'm contemplating about going right now. As you see, I'm using it kind of like a storage. So that's not helping anything, but yeah. All right, guys, enough of that talk for me. This is Quality Lawn Care, Fit for King, and hopefully the 2023 season will start. 2023 season will start pretty soon. I'm looking at all the properties and stuff, and most of my yards are turning green right now. Most of the other yards are turning green, or they're just weedy, kind of like my neighbors right there. See the difference? He's got a bunch of weeds in it. He's got some grass in it, but it's a lot of weeds. But he has, I think he has either centipede or St. Augustine. I think it's centipede though. And my other neighbors, their yards hasn't really turned green. It's always weird because usually the trees will turn before the grass turns, but it seems like this year the grass is turning a lot quicker. You can see my patchy yard right now. I got a lot of Bermuda in there and crabgrass, so I'm gonna try to get all of that out the yard this year. And I did seed and fertilize it, so I see some of the grass coming up, which is mostly this patch up in the front right there. So, but yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna get finished with this and get back to work. Y'all stay tuned.